Kenya, a country in East Africa, is famous for its many different cultures and beautiful places. From the grassy plains of the Maasai Mara to the busy streets of Nairobi, Kenya is full of life. This East African country has a rich history, mixing old ways with new, and a never-give-up spirit that amazes everyone who visits. Kenya has more than 40 different groups of people, each with its own language, traditions, and ways of doing things. This mix of cultures is one of Kenya's best things, making it a place where different ideas and viewpoints come together. Kenyans are known for being warm and welcoming. Being hospitable is a big part of their culture. Visitors are often greeted with open arms and real smiles. The country is also known for its amazing natural beauty. The Great Rift Valley cuts through the country, making a dramatic landscape of tall cliffs, volcanoes, and lakes. Kenya also has lots of wild animals like elephants, lions, and giraffes. From mountains with snowy tops to clean beaches, Kenya's landscapes are as different as its people. Whether you want to learn about old cultures, see amazing wildlife, or just relax on beautiful beaches, Kenya has something for everyone. Come with us as we explore Kenya, learning about its culture, celebrating its successes, and understanding its challenges. Kenya's mix of cultures is one of its most important features. The country has over 40 different groups of people, each adding to a rich mix of traditions, languages, and customs. This mix creates a lively and exciting society, where old ways live alongside new ideas. Among Kenya's most famous tribes are the Maasai, known for their bright red clothes and traveling lifestyle. The Maasai have lived with nature for a long time, their lives connected to the land and their cattle. Their cultural practices like their detailed beadwork, traditional dances, and the importance of cattle show us a way of life that hasn't changed much over many years. Along the coast, the Swahili people, who come from Arab and African traders, have a unique culture shaped by trade and interaction. Swahili, a language with Arabic words mixed in, is spoken all over East Africa, showing how important the Swahili people are. Their food, a mix of African, Middle Eastern, and Indian flavors, is a delicious adventure. The Kalenjin tribe, famous for being great long-distance runners, has produced some of the world's best athletes. Their success in running makes the whole country proud. These are just a few examples of the many cultures in Kenya. This mix of cultures is celebrated through music, dance, art, and stories. From the exciting beats of Benga music to the detailed patterns of Kitenge fabric, Kenyan art shows the country's cultural history. In the middle of Kenya, in the dry lands of Samburu County, there's a special village. Umoja, which means unity in Swahili, shows the strength of women. Started in 1990 by Rebecca Lolasoli, Umoja is a safe place for women, a place where they can live without violence, oppression, and harmful cultural practices. The village was started by 15 women who were kicked out of their communities for speaking up against violence against women and harmful traditions. They had been through terrible things, like rape, female genital mutilation, and abuse at home. These brave women came together to make a safe place for themselves and their children. Umoja is a community where women rule themselves, make their own rules, and help each other. Men are not allowed to live in the village. The women of Umoja have been incredibly brave in creating a new way of life. They have challenged old-fashioned ideas about men and women and created a place where women can do well. The story of Umoja reminds us that even when things are hard, hope can grow. It shows that women, when they work together, can overcome big challenges and make a better future for themselves and future generations. Umoja Village is a symbol of hope for women in Kenya and around the world. It's a safe place for women escaping forced marriages, female genital mutilation, domestic violence, and other kinds of abuse. In Umoja, women find comfort, support, and a chance to rebuild their lives. The village has special rules. Men are not allowed to live there, making it a safe place for women to heal and grow without fear. The women of Umoja run things themselves. They make their own decisions, manage their resources, and decide the rules. Making money is important for Umoja. The women make things like beadwork, which they sell to tourists. This allows them to take care of themselves and their children without needing to rely on men. Umoja is not just a refuge, it's a place of healing and growth. The women find strength in their shared experiences, helping each other through trauma and giving encouragement as they rebuild their lives. The village gives them a sense of community that many had never known before. Challenging traditions, embracing change. Umoja Village challenges old-fashioned ideas about men and women in Kenya. By creating a place without men in charge, The women of Umoja are changing traditional roles and inspiring change in other places. Their story has spread far and wide, starting conversations about women's rights and challenging harmful cultural practices. The women of Umoja teach nearby communities about the dangers of FGM and the importance of girls' education. They know that real empowerment comes from within, and that education is key to breaking the cycle of poverty and inequality. The village is a good example of women's empowerment, showing that different ways of life are possible. Their story has inspired other women in Kenya and around the world to stand up for their rights and challenge harmful traditions. Umoja is a shining light of hope, showing the power of women working together to create a fairer world. It reminds us that change is possible even when things seem impossible. The women of Umoja are not just survivors, they are making change happen, creating a brighter future for themselves, their daughters, and generations to come. The soul of Kenya. Besides Umoja, Kenya's culture is a mix of old traditions and modern values. The spirit of Harambee, which means pulling together in Swahili, is a big part of Kenyan society, showing a strong sense of community and helping each other. Traditional African beliefs about spirits and the connection between all living things exist alongside Christianity and Islam, the main religions in Kenya. This mix of beliefs makes Kenya's culture even richer. Family is very important in Kenya. Respect for older people is valued, and extended families provide important support. Kenyans are known for being warm, welcoming, and having contagious laughter. Visitors to Kenya are often impressed by how friendly the people are. Education is very important in Kenya. People believe that education can improve communities and bring progress. While Kenya has embraced modern ways, traditional values are still important. This mix of old and new is what makes Kenya so interesting. As Kenya continues to grow and change, it will be interesting to see how these traditional values are kept and how they shape the country's future. Where the wild things roam. Kenya is famous for its beautiful nature, from the snowy peaks of Mount Kenya to the wide plains of the Maasai Mara. This East African country has some of the most famous wild animals in the world, making it a great place for safaris. The country's different environments support many kinds of plants and animals. The Maasai Mara National Reserve, maybe Kenya's most famous wildlife area, is a huge area of grasslands, woods, and forests near rivers, full of life. This is where the Great Migration happens every year, an amazing natural event that brings visitors from all over the world. Lions, elephants, leopards, cheetahs, giraffes, zebras, wildebeests, and many other animals live freely there. Kenya also has many of the world's rhinos, which are very endangered. People are working hard to protect these amazing creatures from poachers and habitat loss. Besides the Maasai Mara, other great places to see wildlife include Amboseli National Park, known for its many elephants with Mount Kilimanjaro in the background, and Tsavo National Park, one of the largest and oldest parks in Kenya. Whether you want to see a lion hunt, be amazed by a herd of elephants, or watch a giraffe move gracefully, a safari in Kenya is an unforgettable experience that connects you with nature. The Great Migration, a spectacle of nature. The Great Migration, one of the most amazing natural events in the world, happens every year in Kenya's Maasai Mara National Reserve. It's an amazing show of survival, as over 2 million wildebeests, zebras, and gazelles travel across the plains looking for food. These huge herds follow old migration routes, their movements controlled by the rains and where food is. The migration is a continuous circle, with the herds moving from the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania to the Maasai Mara in Kenya and back again. The journey is dangerous. Predators like lions, leopards, cheetahs, and crocodiles are waiting. The dramatic river crossings, where thousands of animals jump into water full of crocodiles, are a highlight of the migration. The Great Migration shows the power of nature and how life survives even when things are hard. Seeing this amazing event is a humbling experience, reminding us of the connection between all living things and the delicate balance of nature. Discover the magic of Kenya. Kenya is a country that stays in your mind long after you leave. From its exciting culture and friendly people to its beautiful landscapes and amazing wildlife, Kenya offers an experience you won't forget. Whether you're looking for adventure, cultural experiences, or a chance to connect with nature, Kenya has something for everyone. Explore the busy streets of Nairobi, where modern buildings stand next to traditional markets. Visit the Maasai people and learn about their old customs and way of life. Go on a safari adventure and see lions, elephants, and giraffes living free. Relax on beautiful beaches next to the blue Indian Ocean. Kenya is a country of differences, where old traditions mix with modern ideas, and where the beauty of nature is always close. Come and discover the magic of Kenya for yourself. You won't be disappointed.